My name is Andie Migden, and I am a student in the Master of Science for Geoinformatics program here at Hunter College. And I am going to present my electric vehicles dashboard interactive map. So right off the bat, we see all the charging stations in the entire United States, as well as some in Canada. And these are colorized by the charging outlet available at each station. So we have here all the kind of combinations: DC fast charging only, which is your strongest, fastest, most powerful charger; level 2 chargers only, which is the most prominent number of charging types in the United States, just under 50,000 outlets; as well as combination of L2 and DC fast charging, L1 and L2, all charging types, there's only 4, and then finally L1 and DC fast charging only. The layer underneath is a polygon layer that shows the ratio of charging outlets to 100 electric vehicles by state. So the darker color indicates that the state has between 35 and 61 outlets per 100 electric vehicles. And then the lightest color is less than 10 outlets per 100 electric vehicles. So that low number would indicate that there is not as strong as of a station, electric vehicle station foundation compared to the number of electric vehicles in that state. So I'm going to go ahead and turn off the charging station so we can take a look at that. California has a very strong electric vehicle consumer market with over 400,000 electric vehicles registered as of July of 2021. Compared to the number of stations they have, as well as compared to the number of outlets they have, this actually gives them a very low ratio of only 8.47 outlets per 100 electric vehicles in the state, compared to a state such as Vermont, where they have over 2,000 registered electric vehicles and a high number of outlets per number of electric vehicles for that state. So that Vermont does have the capability to support the number of electric vehicles in that market. The left-hand side here is an indication of how many charging outlets are in the map's extent. You can see that is dynamic, that does change. So there are 1,000 DC fast charging outlets in this current map extent, and there are 4,200 level 2 charging outlets in this map extent. So not the stations, but the outlets. The bottom chart right here shows the number of stations deployed over time. And this data is as of February 2022. So of course, we're seeing a drop here, but hopefully we'll see more stations deployed as the year goes on. On the right-hand side, we see a dynamic panel that shows states that are in green are in the 4th quartile. They have a mature EV consumer market. And then a state that's red is in the 1st quartile and has a low EV consumer market compared to the entire United States. And as you scroll through this right-hand side panel, you can easily see which states are doing better and worse with respect to the EV consumer market. And the second statistic in the same row, so let's look at Maryland, also shows, again, that number of outlets per 100 electric vehicles. So you can see those two statistics side by side, either the EV consumer market as well as the number of outlets per 100 electric vehicles in that state. And finally, I have another chart here that just shows the number of DC fast charging outlets by state, and you can hover over each of those, and that is interactive. And then finally, there's one more gauge indication right here. So out of over 50,000 stations in the US as well as Canada, only 191 of them are powered by solar. So we're hoping as time goes on, as more stations are deployed, this statistic will increase, and then we're getting our cars fueled by a sustainable resource. And that is everything. Thank you very much.